Hello, dear fans, friends, and subscribers. Welcome to the daily cricket show, Cricket Happenings. England versus South Africa. It was the third one day international, and South Africa had to salvage something. Yes, they did, and they did it wonderfully well as they reduced England, who were batting first. It was a good toss to win for South Africa, and in fact, South Africa won the match by 7 wickets, but not before reducing England to 153 all out. And in that, one saw the way the Indian England batsmen were in a procession against the bowling of Kagiso Rabada and Parnell. As in ODI history, this was something which has never happened, where 6 wickets were consumed for just 20 runs in the first 5 overs. They were 20 for 6 after 5 overs, and this is a sort of a score line that one has never ever seen in ODI history. So it was something which was unparalleled that happened today, and I'll be talking about that first. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to, and as also let me tell you what else. There's nothing else in this particular cricket show. The match between Pakistan and Australia did not go off. Only 10 overs were bowled, where Australia made 57 for 1, losing David Warner. I'm not going to go into those details, but definitely we'll be talking about the England versus South Africa match. South Africa winning by 7 wickets, and England actually winning the ODI series 2-1. But today they definitely gave, definitely there was we saw the driving was not good from the England batsmen, and they kept on succumbing. So let's see what happened, which reduced England to 20 for 6. So as I said, South Africa won the toss, and without any hesitation inserted the Englishmen into bat, and the Englishmen were in real trouble. Yes, they didn't have Ben Stokes today. They had two new batsmen. They had Toby Roland Jones actually making his debut today, and it was a good debut, I thought. With the bat, he impressed a lot. And so let's talk about this England innings. So let's see what happened and how England were reduced to 20 for 6 after 5 overs. So it all started off with Kagiso Rabada getting the wicket of Jason Roy when he got a ball which Jason Roy actually edged it, and Amla was the one who picked up the catch. And in the first over itself, Roy was walking back to the pavilion. He was gone. He actually nibbled away at a delivery which was passing him, and Rabada had drawn first blood. The second wicket to go was Joe Root. Now this was a wonderful delivery from Wayne Parnell. It tailed in after pitching, and in the process, it was it started outside the off stump, and actually, as I said, tailed in, and Root actually probably trying to punch it down the ground was trapped in front. So that was gone. So that was wicket number 2, and then we saw Parnell get a very important wicket, that of the England captain Morgan, and this was very well done by Parnell, as he actually got the ball to swerve away from Morgan, and Morgan actually was forced. I mean, it was a ball which actually got the outside edge of Morgan's bat, and he was caught by Quinton de Kock behind the stump. So 3 wickets were down, and now Rabada picked up another wicket, and this was Alex Hales. Alex Hales, this was a ball which was pitched up, and Hales actually drove at it, and I thought Amla did a good job there. Even though he tumbled, he managed to take that catch, and that was the end of Alex Hales. And then Jos Buttler, well, Jos Buttler probably tried to play an aggressive stroke, one could say, because he tried to throw the bat at the delivery, and in the process, it was Rabada once again. Rabada was making life very difficult for the Englishman, and what a catch from, it was a wonderful catch. In fact, Buttler trying to, go at it hard, and he thick-edged the ball, and du Plessis got the ball to come in very, very quickly at him. In fact, Buttler was probably attempting to actually play it through the cover region, but that was gone, as du Plessis clung on to a very good catch. And then the wicket number 6 was the wicket of Adil Rashid. Now, this time, Adil Rashid, probably one would have not expected Adil Rashid to play such a stroke. He had just come in and he went for a big drive of the very first ball that he faced. And this time, once again, du Plessis was in business as he picked up the catch, and Kagiso Rabada was on a hat trick. It was quite a different thing that Rabada did not get a hat trick, and this was the way England were reduced to 20 for 6 after 5 overs, and it was a very, very sorry situation for them. And as I said, in ODI history, for the lesser number of runs, so many wickets have never fallen. So this was something which had never happened in ODI history. And there was a lot of grass in the pitch as well, one could say. And then it was the turn, and after from 20 for 6, they had to definitely do something. So Willie joined Jonathan Bairstow at the crease. And if you look at the card, Jason Roy for 4, Hills 1, Joe Root 2, Morgan 8, 4 Butler, Rashid Duck, and Jonathan Bairstow and David Willie had to really nurture the innings. From 20 for 6, they had to get onto some hard graft there, and that's what they precisely did for 15 overs, as 14 or 15 overs, as they could not, as you know, it was all a matter of surviving there and playing the entire 50 overs, and that's what Jonathan Bairstow and David Willie did, with David Willie definitely showing good application in the presence of Jonathan Bairstow. But Jonathan Bairstow, whenever he got an opportunity to hit a loose ball, he was not sparing them, and the scoreboard was moving. And while this was going on, and finally England repaired the innings to a certain extent, I would say, as the score read 82. But that was the time Parnell actually picked up the wicket of David Willie for 26 of 39 deliveries, 3 fours. After that, this was the time Toby Roland Jones, the all-rounder, was actually making his one-day international debut, and one was very impressed with the way he played. I mean, even though he hit a 6 of the bowling of Morris, there was one off drive that he played, and that really would have caught everyone's eye, because it was hit beautifully and would have made any top order batsman proud. And Toby Roland Jones, I thought, with the bat, he did a wonderful job. He got the company of Jonathan Bairstow, but Maharaj actually picked up the wicket, as Jonathan Bairstow was the highest scorer with 51 when he got him stumped by De Kock of the bowling of Keshav Maharaj for 51 of 67 balls, the 8 fours. And then we had Toby Roland Jones taking the England score to 153 with a very good knock on his ODI debut. 37 not out of as many balls, 5 fours and 1 6. Jake Ball, and then Maharaj actually cleaned up the tail. Jake Ball was bowled by Maharaj for 7 with 1 boundary. Finn out for 3 of 5 balls to Maharaj. And England managed to manage 153 all out, thanks to Toby Roland Jones, Bairstow and Willie. So as far as the bowling was concerned, Kagiso Rabada was an absolute fire. 9 overs were made and 39 runs and 4 wickets. Parnell showed his class as well. 8 overs now made and 3 for 43. Morning Markle 4 overs none for 15. Was a set itself, but still did his job. Keshav Maharaj 6.1 overs now made and 25 runs and 3 wickets. Morris bowled 4 overs for 29. Now 153 was never a sort of a target on this particular ground, and this was played at the Lord's Cricket Ground, as you know, the Mecca of English cricket. And now it was a turn for the South Africans. South Africans, they got off to a very, very good start compared to the England collapse that happened. The openers Hashim Amla and Quinton de Kock got off, got a very, very good start, I would say. They were going at a good clip. In 15 overs, they had added 95 runs for the first wicket, with Hashim Amla caressing those boundaries with absolute panache. Quinton de Kock, I thought, was more sedate than Amla. Amla was the one who was doing all the scoring, and as the score was going on, Amla in the process also became the fastest ODI player to 7,000 runs in ODI history. In fact, overtaking Virat Kohli, who had taken more number of matches than Amla, to to reach 7,000. So now Amla holds the record for the fastest 7. He already holds the records for the 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, 6,000, now 7,000. So Hashim Amla is the one who is a prolific ODI run getter. So Hashim Amla and Quinton de Kock added 95 runs for the first wicket before Toby Roland Jones on his test debut picked up his maiden wicket. And what a wicket that of Hashim Amla when he actually got ball which was an in-dipper, and he clean bowled Roland Jones. He clean bowled Hashim Amla for 55, 54 deliveries, 11 fours. After that, on the same score, Quinton de Kock, who had contributed 34 of 39 balls with 4 fours, fell a victim to the bowling of Jake Ball, being clean bowled, and then du Plessis was dismissed cheaply by Jake Ball for 5, caught behind for 5, and then finally it was in the hands of, they're nothing to worry but, JP Duminy and AB de Villiers saw to it that South Africa finished off this particular target with no further mishap, with Duminy not out 28 of 43 deliveries, 3 fours, de Villiers not out 27 of 30 deliveries, 5 fours, game over. But what England did here is to salvage something. South Africa did here is to salvage something, and England won the series 2-1. Kagiso Rabada was named man of the match, and rightly so. And the player of the series went to the English captain, Morgan. As far as the bowling was concerned, David Willey 4.5 was no made and none for 43, was really thrashed. In fact, Hashim Amla really went out for him. Hashim Amla and Quinton de Kock really put his bowling to the sword. Jake Ball 10 overs 2 for 43. Stephen Finch on none for 35. And Robbie Roland Jones on his debut is showing that he is a very useful all-rounder in the making, as not only coupled with his 37 not out, he bowled 7 overs 2 maidens 34 runs and picked up the big wicket of Hashim Amla. So definitely well done South Africa, and as I said, they reduced England to 20 for 6, and that was something which was a real sight to watch. And so that is as far as this particular match is concerned. So that was the third ODI, and as I said, we were talking about the match between Pakistan and Australia. This was the warm-up match which was played, but unfortunately this match was termed as a no result. The reason being that only 10 overs were possible, 10.2 overs, where Australia made 57 for 1, with Warner out to the bowling of Mohammad Amir for 11 of 9 balls, 2 fours. Aaron Finch was now at 36 of as many balls with 7 fours, so he was looking in spanking form. Stephen Smith was not out on 8, and 57 for 1 was the score when rain came. And finally, now this is something in England, one knows with the Champions Trophy being held, one knows that this is going to be a big factor, because in England, as you know, it can rain any time, and so that is something that every team has to be really guarded against. I mean, they should know as to what's the forecast for the day, because it could really take you by surprise. Mohammad Amir 4 was 1 for 9. Fahim Ashraf was thrashed to the tune of 30 runs of his 3 overs. Imad Wazim 2 overs for 12, and Junaid Khan was hitting his straps very well, 1.2 overs, no maiden, none for 4. Now let's have a look at some cricket news that's making the headlines. Not headlines basically, but since it gives me time to just look. So let's see. Yes, let me share some news with you. As you know, Kumar Sangakkara the other day had scored 5 centuries in a row, and that was a record. And today he would have joined some greats like Sir Donald Bradman, C.B. Fry, and Mike Proctor, but unfortunately that couldn't happen. One felt really sorry for Sangakkara, because he fell short of partners in the game between I thought it was Essex and Surrey, and he represents Surrey, as you know, and he missed out his because he ran out of partners, because with the number 11 batsman, Sangakkara unfortunately missed out on an historic 6-ton, which could have happened. But nevertheless, after making a double century in the first innings, he once again came up with the goods, and this time making 84, and he is in some majestic form, I would say, in this English county season. And Sangakkara, very sorry that he missed his century. He was out for 84, And so that is what's one news that I could share with you. So Sangarkar falling short of an historic 6 ton, which he truly deserved it, I thought. And what a player Kumar Sangakkara is. Now, as far as the WCL Division 3 in Uganda is concerned, Oman and Canada would be contesting the finals. So definitely Canada has really started showing signs of improvement, and I'm happy to know that being a broadcaster from Canada, so I'm very happy to know that Canada is slowly trying to make some strides. As you know, after the World Cup, they even lost the qualification, as you know, and now they are not even an associate nation right now. Now that is their goal for sure, and Oman and Canada will be playing in the finals of the World Cricket League Division 3 in Uganda. Well, dear fans, subscribers, I don't have anything else to share. That's about it as far as today's Cricket Happening show is concerned. But it was all about England being reduced to 24-6, which has never happened in ODI history in the past, for lesser number of runs with fewer number of overs and 6 wickets lost, which has never happened. Well, dear fans and friends and subscribers, on this note, it's about time for me to leave this daily cricket show for today by bidding you all a very good night. Thank you. Okay, let me also tell you that there are 2 warm-up matches coming up in the Champions Trophy tomorrow, which is one is India is taking on Bangladesh and New Zealand taking on Sri Lanka. So that's it from me, your host Ram, for the cricket show, and it's good night from my studios. Thank you.